So this morning, we're going to be sharing with you a beautiful little story by Anne Moultrie-Arndt called Land of Who. And Anne is here somewhere. Anne is right back there. Thank you, Anne, for being here and for writing this beautiful story. So we'll just begin as soon as our children come in, and Layla Hollis and Trish Morris are going to assist me in telling the story. So I'll just let the story speak for itself. So come on up. Once there was a little girl named Violet who was imaginative as could be. She loved to imagine all the wonders her mind could create. Violet was always inventing one sort of gadget or another. Violet hadn't imagined for some time, though. She lost her imagination while trying to solve one particular problem: who to be. Determined to be the most marvelous, unique who, Violet tried out dozens of whos. She tried the girl next door, a talented ballerina. She tried the mayor of her town. She even tried her favorite rock star, but none of them felt right. Violet was frustrated from all the trying, so she decided to rest in the shade of her favorite tree. Before she could even sit down, two giant wings swooped down and landed right beside her. It was her old magical friend, Fluff the owl. Fluff could see that Violet was troubled.
Why are you feeling so frustrated?
I can't figure out who to be. I have failed at being all the great who's around me.
Ah, yes, the question of who to be. I've been through that one myself. I think I can help you solve this predicament. I have someone in mind. She's quite magnificent.
I've tried so many who's.
I realize you have experimented with many a who. This dilemma can be a tricky one that many go through. Would you be open to taking a trip with me? Keep an open mind and bring your curiosity.
Okay, Fluff. I'll give it a try.
Yahoo! Let's fly together, and I will help you see just how close the answer to your riddle might be.
Together they soared over the sea of possibility, through the rainbow of wonder, around the magical mountain, until they reached the land of who. Violet marveled at the magnificence around her. She had never been so curious to explore.
The who I have in mind is so marvelous and unique that this special place is dedicated to her mystique. This who is brilliant and determined as anyone can be. She can do anything she sets her mind to, I guarantee. No one else in all the time and space will ever do life at her unique pace.
Where is this who, this marvelous who?
I will introduce you. First, I must inform you. Being her is a most significant task she's been given. It's a very important job sent directly from heaven. Sometimes being her means she fits right in, a part of the crowd. Other times she finds herself dancing on her very own cloud. Now that you know that she is indeed marvelous and unique, and well, so many other things too, do you think you are up to the job of her being your who?
I am. This who sounds like a perfect fit for me.
I'll introduce you after a few last details. I just want you to understand all this entails. The world smiles when this girl is true to who she is made to be, using her gifts within like her ingenious creativity. When she tries to be like others, her imagination is hard to find. You see, trying to be like others simply leaves her truest self behind. Do you still think you want to fill her shoes? Is she the one, the who you want to choose?
I know this who. She is more marvelous than I ever knew. I've been so busy being other who's that I forgot about just being myself.
Yahoo! That's right, my friend, you are the who. The who is you. The marvelous and unique who you seek is within. Your job is simply to be the who you've always been.
Violet thought about all the things Fluff had said.
You're right, Fluff. Being myself is an important job, and there is no one who can do it better than me.
Always remember, you are unique and have special gifts to share. The world needs you to just be you, so do it with style and flair.
Violet and Fluff traveled home, and in the days to come, Violet's imagination not only returned, it soared to new heights. And for Violet, being herself meant the world felt a little more magical. Anything was possible, and even more wonder filled her days. The end. And so, while these stories are written for children, as we know, they're written for us, right? The child within us all. I think what matters for us is that we recognize that it's there. We recognize that there's something within us that's special and unique that we have to give and share with the world. And sometimes we might lose sight of that. We might cover that up in some ways, like in the story with Violet. We try to be somebody else. We look out in the world and we see somebody who might have achieved some sort of notoriety or some level of fame and fortune, and we think, oh, I want to be that. I want to try to be that because I want to be famous or whatever that is. I want to be rich. And so we try to be something that we're not. And we sometimes realize that that just doesn't work. Texas, they say, that dog won't hunt. We just finally realized that dog won't hunt. And so I know that I've experienced that, and I don't know, maybe you have as well, trying to be something that you're really not, and how uncomfortable that can feel. How about you, Trish?
Nope.
Never done that, huh?
I've definitely not done it with hunting dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, as I prepared and read this story, I recalled particularly in my early 20s and 30s, I was so caught up in what I should be, and it came out in terms of career. Like, I'm not doing enough. I should have gone to graduate school. My friends know what they're doing. They're set. They're thriving. And so I was totally dismissive of what was really calling me because I was so sort of fixated on what I should be doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that as well. And it's interesting that trying to be something that you think your parents want you to be, or you think the church wants you to be, or you think that your teachers want you to be, and all of those kinds of things, that we get those messages that what we want to be, who we are, may not be good enough. And so we try to be what we're not. I know I tried to do that as well. I mean, I was in the insurance business for 30 years, trying to be something, trying to be a success, so to speak. And I realized at some point that just wasn't working for me, that I was really called to the ministry. But I think that what's important about the story, and I love that Anne wrote it this way, that what Violet does when she realizes that all of these things are not who she is, she just decides this is not working, and what does she do? She just sits down and by her favorite tree. What do you and I do? Well, I know what I have done. Well, why did I do that? What was I thinking? Well, I should have known better. Well, I'm too old to do anything different now. Like I should have gone to graduate school. I should have done this. I should have done that. And we criticize and condemn ourselves for what we should have done. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that does that. But I love the story that wherever we are in our lives, no matter what age we are, we can stop and we can sit and we can connect with the inner guides. And we all have them. Yours may not be Fluff the owl. Yours may be some angel or whatever it is that you imagine. But if you sit and really ask, I believe that we receive the guidance we need. How about you, Trish?
Nope. He was so daring to say, let's just have a conversation. Okay.
Go with the flow.
Yes, absolutely. Again, I was thinking about this and reminded, I never, in all of that, who should I be, never thought a minister. How about I work in a church? What? That never came on my radar, but I was led and open, and what did come was, that's ridiculous. You can't make money doing that, and you're not smart enough. You don't know the Bible. You didn't grow up in any religion. That's ridiculous. They're going to know that. And what I realized that Unity really offered me was a safe landing spot to just be me and to know that there was a purpose trying to live through me. And so instead of following what I thought I should do, which wasn't really occurring to me as natural at all, to just be with what really was trying to work through me. And I realized all the time I spent trying to figure out the should, I was way off. I wasn't really attuned to the truth that was mine to live. I was just reading the Healing Letters of Myrtle Fillmore, and she says that your body you chose your body, your soul chose your body to live its purpose, which was profound. I would have thought a little bit differently. Can I get a tan at least out of this deal? But that our soul really has a unique purpose that is expressing our unique expression of the divine. And when we are off playing someone else's we're totally neglecting that.
Yeah. And I think it's difficult sometimes for people to hear that the soul, that we're not a body that has a soul. We are a soul that takes on a body. We are a spirit that takes on form. And especially when somebody has taken on form or come into this life space in a form that is experiencing illness or has been experiencing some genetic imbalance since an early age, it's difficult for people to hear that sometimes. Well, why would I ever choose to come into this body? Why would I ever choose to come into this experience? And I think that's a tough thing for some of us to be with. I mean, I've talked with people, I've met with people, and I have counseled with people who experience that, and I think it's sometimes difficult for us to hear that. And yet, even in that, there is something for us to give and to share and to be in the world, even though we may judge it, we may not like it, it may be painful at times. I think having that understanding can help. Maybe, I hope, because again, it is a soul expression, whatever that soul is expressing. And I believe sometimes that even if it's uncomfortable for us, that we are here to give and to express and to be a part of the evolution of consciousness just by showing up and being present for whatever that is. And I want to acknowledge that sometimes that's tough. Sometimes that's hard for us to hear and to know. So just wanted to acknowledge that.
I did throw that curveball at him. He didn't know that was coming.
Yes, you did. You did throw that at me.
Well, I will say that from my own experience, the hardest times of my life have really grown me in ways. Yeah, it was painful. I wish I could have done it another way. But kind of rubs the edges off, so to speak.
Yeah. I think that, if you read my blog, some of you read it, some of you don't, I understand, but I shared that some of my own angst that I've been going through recently about, am I in the right place? Am I doing the right thing? Is this my right career? Just like internal, I had a teacher that used to call it divine discontent. And so I was been asking those kinds of questions. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? And all of those kinds of things that happen. And I, through some connecting, finally stopping, as Violet did, stopping, sitting on my meditation cushion and listening to guidance, which was to pick up this book and read this message, which was powerful for me. And then to call someone that I had done, has helped me at times in the past to connect deeper and to go deeper and to listen and to even listen for the right question to ask. And so I did that on Friday. And what I recognized is that in my angst, I've been looking outside and wanting things to change out here. I'm wanting you to change. I'm wanting my life to change. I'm wanting things to be different. And what I realize is that, I can go back to the serenity prayer, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know it's me, that I'm the only one that I can change. And so what I came to in that process on Friday with this guide, this person who was acting as my guide through the process, was a deeper question, and I think it's something that you hit on earlier. Rather than asking, am I in the right place, am I in the right career, am I doing the right things, what do I need to do, really just connect with the question of, what is my soul's highest purpose? What is my soul's highest purpose, and what do I need to do to live that purpose? Knowing, trusting, believing that my soul took on this form, came into this place, to this time, to do something, to share something. What is that? And to connect with that every moment of every day. Now, what comes up for me in asking that question is, I want this big picture. I want my guidance to say, oh, well, your path is, your soul wants you to be the minister of a megachurch or to be the next CEO of Unity Worldwide Ministries or whatever the heck that is. No, I do not want that. Either one of those, actually. But really what it is about is listening in every moment. What I got to was just ask the question, what is my soul's highest purpose? And what do I need to do now, in this moment, to live that purpose? And so that's those are the questions that I'm living in, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to post them on my walls everywhere I think of to remind myself of that. Because I do believe that my soul, my spirit, my unique expression of God has something to give and to share in every moment, in every interaction, and to share that through being present and being willing to just be that in the world. And so I invite you into that question with me. Anything you want to say?
No, other than you don't have to be a minister to be doing that.
Exactly.
Rest assured.
That's good.
Let's let him struggle and be on the stage and tell us about it. But yeah, I think that sometimes we think it's got to be this grand,
Right.
I'm going to quit my job and go to a monastery.
Right.
No, it's how you are living and how it's showing up for you. It's not necessarily going to be a ethereal, walking on water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I've wanted that. I've wanted to be a Broadway star or a rock star, or thinking that's what I should be doing, in the world. And because, yeah, fame and fortune and all of that. And yeah, there was some part of me that would like to do that and be a part of that, but those, I think, are little aspects for me of what my soul is here to do. You know, I did get in touch as I was sitting with that this week that music is really a big part of my soul. And I haven't been honoring that. I haven't been singing enough. I haven't been engaged enough in music. And I think that's one thing that is important for us to recognize, is that getting in touch with our soul's purpose is not something that is necessarily going to be, as you said, this huge thing, but it's also, I don't think our soul is calling us to do something that's going to be drudgery for us. I think when we get in touch with what we love, what we enjoy, what makes our hearts sing, what excites us, what enlivens us, what we enjoy doing, that's what our soul is calling us to. I just believe that is how we're supposed to be in the world. Life is supposed to be good. Life is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be an expression of that joy, I think, that God is through us. Not, and we go through all of that. But ultimately, it's what do you love? And maybe that's a good question to ask too. What do I love? What makes me feel joy when I'm doing it? And I think that is a good way to get in touch with our soul. So, I love doing this. I love sharing with you. I love leading meditations. I love teaching. I love doing these things. And I think that's a good way to know. I'm hearing a lot of echo this morning. That's how we can know that. So I encourage you to do that. If you feel that you've lost any connection with that in your life, to be willing to take time to go within and to ask, to seek your guidance, and to follow whatever you get. If it is read this book, if it's go to this class, if it's join this choir, if whatever that is, do it. Because as we do those things, moment by moment, day by day, we live our soul's purpose. And I think that's ultimately what we are here to do, and that's where we're going to find our meaning in life. Just as the story said, when you follow that, then everything is possible. Life is more marvelous and wondrous and joyous. And so I think that's our lesson for today.